Phoenix Suns. The state of Arizona's first professional team began play in 1968 and have always been purple and orange with an appropriate name for a team in the desert. Their uniforms were initially pretty conservative and never featured the team name until 1992 gave us a very 90s looking redesign. Dubbed the Sunburst, not only did it say Suns for once, but it also had a basketball zooming across the body and even resembled a sun itself. Needless to say, it's still cool looking. They dropped that design in 2000 and went back to a more regular look until 2013 in their first attempt to modernize the 90s design. It has the name and city angled like that old jersey, as well as lines to represent zooming with negative space creating a ball where the number goes. But frankly, this was forgettable, as if their play on the court during this time wasn't bad enough. They get a Nike redesign following the changeover in 2017 to another conservative look, which looked like Nike's take on the 2000 look, but frankly this was never a design that I went crazy for, even with Chris Paul in it. Last year they gained another redesign based on their 90s look, and this time I think they nailed it. As opposed to having the team name above the zooming pattern, they put it within the pattern to compact this design and have the basketball in white with the sun details in purple. This results in the white association and purple icon being the jerseys this team desperately needed after a decade of some pretty mid designs. Their black statement introduced in the 22-23 season remains, and it's always been okay while featuring Phoenix's airport code. I do dig the gradient on the collar and shoulders of this, but I just don't care. Maybe it's the 2000s kid in me that wants an orange statement instead. At least one better than their previous orange statement. No classic edition for this year, and they've had two throwbacks in the Nike era. Frankly, I'll start finding gray hairs if they ever were to throw back to their 2000s look for like Steve Nash or Amari Stoudemire. Their city jersey for this year continues to have the Valley on the front like past city jerseys, except we've got some awesome Southwest styles from the text font to the pattern running up along the side of the jersey. I even dig the star on the front. Ever since 2017, the Suns jersey sponsor has been PayPal, a service that needs no introduction. Whereas previous years had the logo and word mark non-color coordinated, this year they just have the word mark, which I prefer. It's now easier to ignore for once. It does feel nice to close this series out marking the Suns as a good redesign. They successfully took something that screamed of its time and brought it back through a 21st century filter. Cause if they just straight up brought back their 90s design as their main jerseys, they stick out like sore thumbs. So that'll wrap up this series, and most importantly, 3 consecutive months of uploading videos for every single day of the month. I gotta tell you, this has been a mental workout and a half, and I wasn't sure if I'd be able to accomplish this even after finishing all the NFL videos. However, I want to thank everyone for sticking around until the end, and for those who have been discovering me ever since my first upload. You guys are the motivation that keeps me going, and I am forever grateful to have an audience like all of you. I do have other videos planned, and I even want to do another podcast episode, though I learned pretty quickly that my current setup isn't optimal for live streaming, unfortunately. I still like to attempt live streaming again someday without glitching out so bad that YouTube cuts the stream. As for the NBA, they overall just need more consistency. It'd be pretty ignorant of me to assume it's all the same people designing these newer uniforms. I wouldn't doubt Nike has different groups of designers that work with different teams to come up with something for them to wear, but has resulted in a big mix of things. Some designs modernize old designs, some are evolving designs, and others resort to minimalism. I think some consistency would go a long way, and at least minimalist designs like the Jazz are slated for replacement. When I see Nike put out a minimalist design, it saddens me with how bland it always turns out. When did this trend of doing less become a thing? Oh wait, that sums up today's society, my bad. We're in the age of charging more and giving less. City Edition though has been slacking for a while, and I don't know if Nike has plans to replace it or is finding ways to improve it. I'll still get this year's Bull City jersey because I'm like that, but this year's slate was a terrible answer to the negative feedback that last year's jerseys received. Nike, I know you can do better than just recoloring prior designs. You paid $1 billion for the license and you haven't been showing it lately. It's time you did better. So anyways, be sure to leave a comment, follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all later.